Did you get stuck in a snowdrift, or are you just slow? The Oski told us everything. He certainly had enough time. As if we didn't have enough to worry about, now we've got some madman mining Borealis gemstones. Those gems are supposed to be a secret. Mallory and I reread every tome here, but we still can't decipher the Auroracle's riddles. Useless Wisp gave us more questions than answers. It's madness! Loath as I am to admit it, I need to consult the Arcanum. Wizard, you'll accompany me. Ivan and Mallory can stay here.
No fair! I never get to go anywhere, and you're taking the wizard to the Arcanum. I thought only advanced scholars were allowed there.
It's not your concern, girl. You can't come. The Oski's sick and needs your help. Besides, I need you to look after the house. Wizard, let's go. Use the snow globe to get to Walrusburg. Then I'll open the world door to the Arcanum. Well, what are you waiting for? Welcome to the Arcanum, Wizard. One of the most well-kept secrets of all time, known only to an extremely select group of spellcasters. Here, the most accomplished scholars in the Spiral gather in the quest for knowledge and in the interest of protecting the Spiral. It exists in a place of its own, between worlds of the Spiral, enabling us to guard against threats both from within and without. All the books and scrolls accumulated in all the libraries are replicated in our repository and can be shared where we deem it appropriate. Now, I brought you because I think you're worthy. Don't go and prove me wrong. What you see here, what you hear here, it stays here. And for the Spiral's sake, don't touch anything. Just let me do the talking. Let's just say they may not be happy with old Baba Yaga.
Well, if it isn't Baba Yaga. So kind of you to grace us with a visit. How long has it been? I had forgotten we even had a myth scholar.
Don't take that tone with me, Fitzhume. I've had other priorities. Until now, there's been a peculiar confluence of events in Polaris.
Oh, really? Let me guess. Ancient beings falling ill, strange people and creatures of shadow appearing, and signs of the end of the spiral,
Yes, that's it. In a nutshell. How did you know? Wait a minute, have you been spying on me?
Pshaw! As if we have time for that. Don't be absurd. Polaris isn't unique. We've heard the same rumors from other worlds, too. From what I gather, we've made little progress, but of course no one bothers to tell me anything. Speak to Ione in the Hall of Divination.
Baba Yaga, you've been gone a rather long time. I resent you, I think. Being unable to reach you in these dark times has been frustrating. You recall my concerns about shadow magic? Well, unsurprisingly, I was right. In fact, it's worse. Started as a trickle, but now it's a flood. We have much to discuss, but first, who is this with you? I'm sure I've told you before, new people make me nervous, especially young ones.
Young, but an experienced wizard nonetheless, invited here as my guest. I believe this one could be a valuable ally to the Arcanum.
Humph. I'm skeptical, a little irritated even, but all right. Wizard, we don't allow tourists here. You will be an initiate, for now. You must begin by going to the repository to study the Arcanum Creed. That will give Baba Yaga and myself time to catch up.
The repository reeks of musty old scrolls and dry binding glue. The Arcanum Creed is engraved in massive glyphs on the wall. To translate each of the glyphs, you'll need to consult the ancient tomes set out on this level. Within the tome, you find a translation for the first glyph. In the order, a spiral. Within the tome, you find a translation for the second glyph. In the spiral, a magic. Within the tome, you find a translation for the third glyph. In the magic, an eternity. Within the tome, you find a translation for the fourth glyph. In the eternity, a truth. Together, the glyphs read, in the order, a spiral. In the spiral, a magic. In the magic, an eternity. In the eternity, a truth. After reading the creed, you feel a strong sense of belonging, as if you were meant to be here.
So you managed to figure out the creed. I feel surprise, but not disappointment. Perhaps Baba Yaga's assessment was not entirely wrong. She told me of the troubles in Polaris and your involvement. All this makes me feel a little queasy, but I admit it's good you're here.
Ahem. Much as I hate to interrupt this sentimental moment, there are grave matters at stake. Venkman sent word. She's found the target.
Velma von Venkman is our shadow scholar. She's tracked down the villains behind the surge in shadow magic, but she can't confront them alone.
The wizard is familiar with shadow magic. Perhaps this is a good way to further test our newest initiate and give us more time to chat.
Indeed, your familiarity with shadow magic makes me feel curious, wizard, but I will not pry. Instead, we will put your talents to use. Take the world door to Avalon and join Velma von Venkman in Caliburn. I feel at least slightly hopeful you two could put an end to this scourge.
Wizard, one of the scholars left a message for you. Come see me and the Arcanum immediately. Or don't. I honestly don't care.
The Arcanum sent you? I guess you're my backup. I could have handled this myself. I don't know when the other scholars will start trusting me. I'm glad to have the company, though. I don't know how much Ione told you, but I've been investigating the surge in shadow magic. You ever heard of a sorceress named Morganth? Yeah, I thought so. She nearly destroyed the spiral meddling in shadow magic. She's not the problem anymore, but the surge is related. I think some of her acolytes, these Arachna, have been continuing her work. I tracked them to this place they've been using as a hideout. Now, all that's left is to go in and confront them. Got it? Good. Follow me.
We're exposed! I knew Avalon was a poor place to hide. Let us not go down gently, though. We fight to the end! must you do this? Our queen is gone, and we seek only to live out our days in peace.
Your queen is gone, but her legacy persists. Shadow magic still corrupts the spiral. You expect us to believe you're not responsible?
Of course, shadow magic continues to spread. Grandfather Spider is free, along with his children. The spiral is doomed. But we are spurned and know little. Why ask us, when the one who released Grandfather Spider from his prison stands at your side? Of course, your wizard friend would have known Grandfather Spider better by another name. He called himself Old Cub.
Hold on. What are you saying? You mean the wizard? Ugh. Wizard? Could we maybe, have a word outside? Well, I guess there are no coincidences. So you're the one who defeated the Shadow Queen? Wow. Color me impressed. And it's true about Grandfather Spider? Darkmoor has some scary bedtime stories, but the ones about Grandfather Spider were the worst. I thought all that stuff about Raven and Spider was a myth, but now I find out he's real? It does explain the surge in shadow magic, though. All right, this is bad, that's true, but it's not the end of the spiral. Not yet, at least, right? And of course, this doesn't look good for you. Ugh, I should be the one to go tell Ione. I'll go now. Maybe she'll calm down before you return.
I feel conflicted. I want to dislike you now more than ever. But if it's true you defeated Morganth, I have to give you some credit for that. Furthermore, there's no time for me to rebuke you. The revelation that Grandfather Spider has escaped his prison changes everything. There can be no doubt that Spider's return is a threat to the spiral. We must work together and move quickly to find out what web he weaves. I'm pleased to say Baba Yaga has agreed to resume her duties here at the Arcanum. Go speak with her in the Hall of Conjuration.
I knew you were trouble the first time I laid eyes on you. I just didn't realize how much trouble. Why didn't you tell me you were the one who defeated Morganth? I don't know if that's a sign of modesty or if it's just plain suspicious. Don't bother answering. What matters now is you help us clean up this mess. And since I'm stuck here, that means you get to do the footwork. Now that we've confirmed Grandfather Spider's return, it seems clear to me that this Rasputin character is one of Spider's children. The question is, which one of Spider's children is he? That might help us figure out what terrible plans he has for Polaris. Xander, the Arcanum life scholar, has been studying ancient texts about Spider's children. I want you to go find out what he's learned. Don't let Xander fool you. He doesn't talk, but he has a great deal to say. Come back when you've got something more on Rasputin.
Patience, initiate, patience. Questions are only the seeds of answers, and answers need room to grow before they can be harvested. You wish to know about Grandfather Spider's children, do you? They're a dark brood, to be sure, born out of pure misery during Spider's captivity. Each of them has a true name and form. We're talking about a dark, shadowy nature that they'll probably try to disguise. Disguised or not, the children are driven by Spider's vengeful ambitions. The spiral stands for all they hate. They will try to destroy it. That's the big picture. But you want to know about one child in particular? Talk to our balanced scholar, Jackie Whisperwind. She'll help you.
hi. You're the one from Ravenwood, right? I've always wanted to visit there. I hear there's a street called Unicorn Way. I love unicorns. And Pegasi? Have you ever ridden a Pegasus? They're so fast. That's good if you're in a hurry. I'm always in a hurry. And I forget what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be helping you learn about Grandfather Spider's children. I found something. There's a bunch of cave paintings in Zafaria. The ancient Zafarians somehow recorded information about Spider's children. How did they know, right? Amazing. And I wonder how they drew the paintings. Is it really paint or is it chalk? It looks like ink, but... Oops, I'm getting distracted. Zafaria, look for an archaeologist named Airedale Guthrie. Tell him Jackie will share her secret if he helps you.
I say, you look more learned than some of these other wizards I see running around here. I'm Airedale Guthrie, and it's a pleasure to meet you. Oh, you're interested in the early Safarian mythos, too? Fascinating material, isn't it? I'm doing research for the Royal Museum. I might be willing to share my insights. No, wait. You're a friend of Jackie's. Oh, of course, then. The cave paintings are just in here. I was about to go in and study the paintings, but one has come to life and it's quite hostile. If you'll deal with it, well, we have a deal. I say, good show, wizard. Come closer now. These cave paintings are sure to be less hostile and more informative. Fascinating. As I suspected. these paintings reveal just how superstitious the ancient Safarians were. Not only did they believe an old evil spider was imprisoned underground, they thought his children would someday rise and destroy the spiral. Here we have the Scorpion, a master alchemist and ruthless warlord, prophesied to rise from the desert sands and steal the sun. This is the Bat, a brilliant shape-shifting vampire, a master of illusion and subterfuge, and with a heart as black as night. And last, the Rat, eldest of Spider's children, a mad creature of corrupting influence. He steals into men's minds and makes them his puppets. Can you imagine? They actually believed in this hogwash. What? Was it something I said? That's all you needed. All right. Give Jackie my regards.
Oh, hey! Welcome back! How was Wallaroo? Wait, no, you were going to Zafaria. That's right! Yes, did Airedale help you? Oh, good. I'll have to send old Airedale a thank you note tomorrow, or maybe next week. Right now, I have to find this book about spiral astrobiology. Oh, the cave paintings! Yes! You learned about Spider's children? That's great! You should go tell Baba Yaga right away. Now, where was I?
I hear you had to work with Jackie. Sometimes hard to follow, isn't she? But sometimes there's wisdom in her madness. So you discovered Rasputin's true nature. The rat, eh? A puppet master? That sounds fitting. But what is the rat's plan in Polaris? I believe it's the Borealis gemstones that are the key. Why was he mining them? We know they're magic, but what kind of magic? I gave a small Borealis gem to our fire scholar, Ignis Ferric. Go to the Hall of Pyromancy and see if Ignis has been able to glean anything from it.
The new initiate! Warms my heart to see a fresh face. The other scholars can be gruff at times, as you may have noted. I've been examining the Borealis gemstone Baba Yaga gave me. It's a wonderful little rock. Very rare and very magical. Unfortunately, it's too small for me to really determine its properties. Luckily, though, legends speak of a similar gemstone from Mirage. It's called the Desert Star. Once the crown jewel to the first Sand Sultans, but lost long ago. I think we might learn a great deal from it. Kisma, our death scholar, is from Mirage. She has been researching the Desert Star's current location. She can help you recover it.
It is a privilege to meet you, Initiate. I am Kisma Shaza, Amira of Paraj and Lewan of the Silent Sabers. You may simply call me Kisma. I have heard whispers of your accomplishments, and I salute your magical prowess. I am honored to help you recover the Desert Star. The gemstone is from a bygone age when Mirage was united in peace and purpose. Today, it is ruled by petty warlords who squabble over empty sands. It seems the Desert Star was taken from Mirage many centuries ago by ancient Celestian researchers who promised to return it but never followed through. It was left inside an ancient research lab in Celestia's District of the Stars, where it remains to this day, deep beneath the risen waters. If you go there, I believe you will find the Desert Star. You may then take it to Ignis for study. Stay strong, Initiate. I hope our paths cross again.
The research lab is quiet and still, as if it has remained undisturbed for centuries.
Stay back. You'll not have the Desert Star. I may never complete my research now, but I will never give up the gemstone either. I actually feel relieved. All these years I've stayed here. Maybe I should get out a little more. Yes, that sounds nice.
The Desert Star is cool to the touch, but it radiates comforting warmth. Despite its size, the gemstone fits easily in your backpack.
Ah, the Desert Star! I'm glad you were able to find it. Kisma will be glad too. Isn't it great when we work together to everyone's benefit? Look at this thing, though. Strongest gemstone I've ever seen. Unbreakable. But it's also clear it was fractured from a larger piece. Yes, I'd say it's definitely first world material. Probably broken by the Titans themselves. Seems most of the shards are in Polaris, though. Go tell Baba Yaga what we've discovered. Meantime, I promised to give the Desert Star to Kisma so she might see it restored to Mirage.
So the Borealis gemstones are shards of a larger crystal from the First World? That explains their value, but not Rasputin's purpose. There's something we're missing. I wonder if the Auroracle's riddle holds the clues to this mystery. She said land and sky would be sundered. Bartleby said something similar, yes? It's about Polaris, but what exactly does it mean? Our ice scholar, Tarek Hadfield, comes from Polaris. He's been trying to solve the riddle. Go see Tarek in the Hall of Thaumaturgy and work with him to get to the bottom of all this. Time is fleeting.
Finally got around to coming to see old Tarek, eh? That's fine. I don't take offense. I've got a thick hide, don't you know? You're the one who spoke with the Oracle, aren't you? Amazing, isn't she? Went to see her myself once. It'd been a long time since those days. Her words inspired me to leave my people, to leave Polaris. That's what led me here. That's a story for another day, though, don't you know? I've been looking into this land and sky business. Turns out the idea came from mammoth tusk inscriptions made by Polaris's first inhabitants. I've traced the tusks to 3 caves back in Polaris. I'll mark them on your map. Get the tusks, and I'll translate them, okay? All right, then.
The cave smells of dried bones and sad memories. It seems a guardian has arisen to protect the cave's sanctity. Beneath a thin layer of ancient dust, the tusk is strong and smooth. Strange characters are etched into its surface. The cave smells of deep earth and quiet regrets. It seems another guardian has arisen to protect the cave's sanctity. Ancient secrets are hidden here, young one. Wise as you may have become, some knowledge may be better left unknown. I have watched you in your travels, and even watched over you at times. But my vision has been clouded of late. Things are not what they were. I can no longer discern the purity of your heart and the truth of your intent. But mark my words carefully. Use this knowledge for the good of the spiral, and my blessing will be with you. But if you do the spiral harm, my wrath will find you. The cave smells of old ashes and forgotten fury. It seems another guardian has arisen to protect the cave's sanctity.
How far have you fallen, child of light and shadow, to find yourself in this cold cave with naught but old bones and ghost stories? I thought you had earned a vacation, but here I find you, working to solve some new mystery, undoubtedly on another's behalf. You have learned much since we last met, that is clear. But have you been swayed to meddle in ancient matters unworthy of your attention? Wouldn't you be happier basking in the warm waters of the Wizard City Commons? I suggest you waste no further time in this endeavor.
Welcome back, Initiate. You look like you've seen a ghost. Perhaps you have. Perhaps you have. But you got the tusks, eh? I bet these old bones have a fascinating story to tell. What do you say we go ahead and find out then? Oh, wow. This is heavy stuff. It reads, at first world's dawn did light and shadow play, across land and sky as one, bound by an unbreakable seam of Borealis, never to be undone. But titans in savage fury came, raven and spider spawn. The unbreakable seam was sundered, the first world was gone. Sorrow and void remained, until pierced by tree's humble song, raven wove fragments together again, a spiral of worlds was formed. The largest Borealis shard bound land to sky again. The sky anchor was then hidden away on the horizon of Polarian. So the sky anchor's a real thing, eh? The largest of the Borealis gemstones. I'm thinking you should probably go tell Baba Yaga.
A sky anchor? That's a new one, even for me. But it makes sense. If Rasputin destroyed such a thing, it could unravel the entire spiral. The largest of the Borealis shards? So our thick-skulled Oski friend loaded the sky anchor right into Rasputin's boat! Ah! The only good news here is that it would take a Titan to break it. Lucky for us, the Titans are still sleeping. Rasputin may not be an immediate threat then, but we should still recover the sky anchor. Perfect job for an initiate. Go back to Polaris and get Mallory. The girls wanted to see the spiral, and since I'm stuck here, she finally gets her chance. You and Mallory can track down Rasputin, the rat, whatever he's called, and do what you must to recover the sky anchor. Run along now! Come to enjoy the spoils, are you? Yes, being part of the Arcanum affords me some luxuries, including access to all kinds of knowledge. I can tell you now, conjurer to conjurer, it's not all pretty. I wonder if you'll hate me for getting you mixed up in this madness. All the same, when you're studying the secrets of myth magic, there's no better place. In fact, I may just have a spell for you. One rule I can't get around, though. Before I give you a spell, you've got to see the Arbiter Proctus Sirio Cassini to be tested.
Well met, young wizard. Fitzhume told me the Arcanum had a new initiate. He said you were unworthy, but he can sometimes be unfair. Judging by your attire, I can tell you have a good fashion sense. And I suspect you have a great magical aptitude as well. We will see soon enough. I am an Arcanum Sentinel sworn to protect the Spiral, but I also serve as Arbiter Proctus, testing initiates. Come in, and I will test you. You look out and wonder, where are we? Where is the library? But your thinking is too traditional. As an initiate, you must let that go. Like the Arcanum itself, this chamber exists in a place of its own, between, beneath, behind, and beyond the rings of the spiral. Likewise, your success as an initiate depends upon your ability to transcend your knowledge, your skills, and your philosophy. I warn you now, I am here to test the very limits of your magical prowess. I will not pull any punches. Initiate, you have proven Fitzhume's assessment was completely wrong. I have no doubts as to your worth and your courage. I will inform the scholars of your success. They will entrust you with greater responsibilities. Arrivederci, until we meet again.
There you are. Proved yourself to the Arbiter Proctus, did you? I knew you would. Knew from the moment I met you that you were special. Don't let it go to your head, though. Whatever your potential, rest assured, the Arcanum will push you to your limits. Since I brought you here, I'll help you. In fact, I've cooked up a little spell here. You can call upon me whenever you need. It'll be nice to get out for a spell now and then. Just not too much. I'm busy. So should you be. Don't you have a quest to do? Skedaddle now!
Hello, Initiate. I'm told to remind you, since you passed Sirio's exam, the other school's scholars may have spells for you as well.